If not for a moment, a solo struggles to grow, sheltered by the shade of oak that touches the clouds. Birds chirp and animals roam in peace until a solo spots another, and in that moment, everything changes. Welcome to my orange dream. Let's continue the story. We were on our way down in hopes of collecting some loot without any trouble. After my short trip down below, I decided to head back up and secure what I collected so far. Other solos can relate to this, but a gut feeling goes a long way, and so I took some time to monitor my exit. The last thing I wanted was to lose what I had to a camper above. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I make chill content like this every week. I hope you subscribe and become a dreamer. Once you become a dreamer, you'll never go back. As soon as I dropped off what I collected, I geared back up and I headed back to the entrance underground. But along the way, I found this guy farming. So, he became my target. But once I saw what he had in his inventory, I realized he was just getting started.
Please just res me.
And to me, it didn't feel right doing this to a solo, just getting their feet wet. So, I resed him, and I gave him back his things. And then, I returned back to my previous mission, but this time, I decided to go a little further, to take more of a risk for a higher reward. Eventually, I had more than I could carry, so I headed back up to the surface. While it was dark out, I decided to work on the inside of my base, fill up my furnaces, and research items that I would need later. And lastly, I upgraded the area that I would soon turn into a suicide bunker. Things were moving along nicely, so when the sun began to rise, I headed out to farm some nodes. I couldn't ask for a more peaceful experience until this happened. I gave the new metal detector a short chance, but I quickly realized where I wasn't the safest area to do this. I would need long stretches of time with this metal detector to actually find anything good. So I headed back inside, an idea for another wipe. With my newly researched shotgun, I headed out to do some roaming. If my luck was up, I'd catch something good. Suddenly, I heard someone walking nearby. So I got into position. And then, just like that, my whole wipe had changed. I officially had a SAR. While my luck was up, I decided to hit the market and see if I could get anything else.
We got me. Why'd you have to be here, man?
And then, I took off. With all the loot I had recently collected, I needed more storage, so I added more boxes and filled them. I decided to use the cover of the night to take as much loot as I could and make a very risky run to Outpost. But if I could get there and recycle, I'd be much closer to a tier 2. To my surprise, I made it. Before making the run back home, I wanted to wait for night to arrive. You don't get to choose exactly who to hang out with at Outpost. Some people are chiller than others, and others help pass the time.
Hey, Apple.
Where's Apple?
Hey, Apple.
I don't see Apple.
Hey, Apple.
What is she?
Knife. Hee hee. Hee hee. Hee hee. Hee hee. Look, it's Hey Apple right here.
Hey Apple.
Look, this is Hey Apple.
Hey, Apple.
That's his nickname? Hey, Apple?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
his
orange.
name's
What do you
Orange.
mean?
Hey, Apple. He says, hey, Apple.
Hey, orange.
While I waited, I made some warm tea and I took a good sip before I made the run. With my muscles tensed, I finally arrived at my base. I made sure the first thing I did was research the SAR and some 5.56. Every visit to the supermarket, I was able to take something home, but unfortunately, never a green card. But while roaming one day, I heard some scientists shooting down below, but I didn't hear any return firing, so this told me that I had a good chance to counter another player with arrows. Before he could return, I made a quick run home. The fog and the rain were plenty cover for me to feel safe. It was time to upgrade the base, so I headed out and collected some wood. With my tier 2 down, I quickly began to upgrade. that my base was honeycombed, my bunker was relatively hidden from the sides, so I began to move all the things that were important to me into the suicide bunker. And to make sure of that, I took a moment and organized my loot. Then, I made the irreversible decision and sealed the bunker. Thank you so much for watching, and a special thanks to my YouTube members. I'll see you all in the next part. You've been watching an Orange Dream production.